Welcome back, you motorcycle SOBs. Trust me, I'm one of them. I'm absolutely one of them. Now, I thought about maybe potentially not even doing a stream today because I'm like, what do we really talk about? I mean, A1 hasn't happened yet. There's really not much racing, and I've kind of covered a lot of other stuff going on as far as, yeah, I think riders do drugs. I mean, big effing deal. I wish I knew that a long time ago. I mean, it helps with recovery and whatnot. And we have learned that it's a little bit more swept under the rug than perceived beforehand. And then we've got the whole super duper motocross changing things up with adding more races. I don't know how everyone's going to be able to finish the series intact because we've already seen a couple guys get out before they even start the series as far as just training goes, because you got to ride these bikes as hard as you're going to race them in training so that, I don't know, you're just more prepared. But I digress. What I'm going to talk about today is A1 winner, right? A1 winner, going to talk a little bit about Triumph, Jeffrey Herlings, and, you know, we'll go from there. Maybe I'll read some comments from some of my videos, you know, who the heck knows? But let's just get the show started. And as always, these will get more fine-tuned, and I'm looking for some more editors. Muffin, you guys are saying Barsha or Roxon. Yeah, you know, Barsha's that dude that just seems to always win race one, but then not sort of be worth a damn the rest of the 16 races. And you guys sort of saw a sneak peek. I tweeted it out on my TikTok as far as I think this, you know, mother effer is going to win A1. I truthfully do. I think it's just a golden story, and I believe in order for Roxon to stay around and do the majority of the whole Super Motocross series, he's got to be finishing well in Supercross, because I could almost see the narrative where Roxon does a few of the races in Supercross and then decides, hey, I'm just going to take it back a notch and I'm going to get ready for World Supercross. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I still kind of believe that, you know, somewhere down in my moto soul that potentially could happen. And yeah, you got likes of, you know, Barsha, Anderson, AC, you know, Sexton's going to be really hard to beat. You got Tomac that's going to be really hard to beat. Ferrand he's a damn good Supercross rider, but I expect big things from him as well. And I won't get too far into these previews because next week I've got Cooksey and Coach Rob Beams. We're going to get together and do our banter arguments on the 250 class, 450 class, etc. So look forward to that, you guys. And I'm working on some stuff to be able to do a little bit more live shows that are a little bit more interactive with guests and that sort of thing, you know, because from part of my crypto background, those guys have a really good setup with their live shows. So I'd like to implement a little bit onto my channel as well. I know you guys are probably saying that Roxon is a no-go for sure when it comes to potentially even getting on the podium, but I really think that this is a turning for this team with Progressive, and I've called it the Geico Honda 2.0, and some people don't really understand what I mean by that, but, Geico Honda was essentially the factory Honda deal. And so Progressive, I think with that sponsor, with the money behind them, can make Suzuki more of a front line. They've got one of the biggest riders right now, arguably the hottest guy in the market. Including Tomac and Sexton, because what has he done globally? Roczen has just taken over the internet. I think it's a no-brainer that this team is going to do well. And everybody that calls him Kickstart Kenny, truthfully, if you stall a bike in today's racing in 2022, 2023, even though you have electric start, you're not really going to win the race because these guys are within milliseconds of each other. And Roczen's a good starter. He's a good starter. As long as he doesn't have somebody like Webb get in his head, I think he can do really well. Okay, Mike says, I'm getting crypto stuff from you on Instagram. Not sure it's you, though. Dude. Okay, Mike, real quick, I'm just answering one of the questions here. I've been called a few times on this. I'm Johnny_crypto on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. If I message you asking for money or how's your trading going, it's not real. If you ask the dude to try to call you or something, it's going to be some dude from India. Don't give anybody money with that stuff. It's not me. I'm working on a course, but it's going to be a while before that's even out. So I am not offering you guys making a bunch of money. So I really apologize. I've contacted Meta, which is owned by Facebook and Instagram, and they will not remove those bots. They won't remove those bots. And that's just unfortunate. It's just dumb. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Muffet says Super X Pass for Xmas, please. Dude, that's honestly a good idea. I need to look to see what kind of a pass is. Maybe I could do something like that for like a giveaway or something. Dun, dun, dun. But that's who I think is going to win. I'm not going to keep you guys a crap ton. I've talked about the whole Triumph deal. I sort of leaked the news beforehand that, Bobby Hewitt was going to be the team principal. Man, this guy must be a tall SOB because he's Jace's podcast with Gypsy. Dean Wilson has some good stories with Bobby Regan, them, pulling their leg quite a bit. But the biggest news is they're going to start up with 254 strokes in 2024, and then in 2025 they're going to do 450s, and they're going to start in overseas, but they are looking to implement into the Super Motocross Championship in 2024, at least on the little bike. Triumph getting into the realm of motorcycle racing right now, I guess, is good, but also I really think that if you're going to start a new team with dirt bikes, you really need to be starting with looking for electric bikes to sell, because that's sort of where we're going. So starting with the whole four-stroke stuff, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm all for more teams because it's just more exposure, more money. But, here in 5-10 years, we are going to be mainly electric to some degree. But again, that's 5 to 10 years from now. And this is still motors, right? So, yeah. Is this going to be a beta? Is this going to be more of a KTM? We'll see if it's going to be a Honda. I'm interested to see what they do with their dirt bike. Dun, dun, dun. The Herlings Ironman vid was dun, dun, dun. AJ is racing this year. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, sorry. I'm just reading some of your comments here. Well, no, Suzuki, Johnny Crypto School. Hey, Johnny's Crypto School, like AJ's school. AJ does a really good job. I still learn shit from that dude, and I think AJ is a great teacher for the sport. But just moving, one of the things I found about the Jeffrey Herlings interview was he doesn't really have a lot of reason to go into the United States, which is a bummer. Because I'd like to have him come over here full-time for Supercross. I think it would be cool to see, but it's all about money. He'd have to have the right amount of money in order to do so. And in that interview, he essentially states that, I quote, I've got a contract now with KTM for 2023. In my dream scenario, I would do 2024, 2025 and MXGP, and then 2026 have an option to either race MXGP or the outdoors in America. I feel like racing the outdoors in America it's a downgrade because the outdoor motocross series is second tier to MXGP. Is that just because maybe he can't win MXGP anymore and he just do outdoors and it just be something to be on his resume? I'd much rather see him do Supercross. But, he's talking about, hey, there's the new Super Motocross World Championship coming in, and it's funny how they call it World Championship. I get it, but we're at war with Feld and MX Sports and the World Supercross Series, MXGP, just FIM and AMA. They're all fighting over this whole World Championship nonsense. But he's essentially stating that he's going to retire in 2026. It's incredibly dangerous to race motorcycles at the elite level, if you guys don't know. And these guys, I'm surprised a lot of them stay around as long as they do. I feel needs to be sort of a change, maybe with the tracks or something, the bikes, to have these careers a little bit longer. And I know that's kind of BS because you've got guys that are out here in their 40s and high 30s that can still race competitively. But I feel like those guys are the outliers. They're not really the rule. They're the exception. But I just would like to see Herlings go for America and kick ass over here. Just to prove that he is pretty much the best in the world. Take that away from some guy like Tomac or something, and then Tomac give him the shot to really say that, hey, he is the king SOB when it comes to two wheels on a motorcycle. All around, I definitely think Tomac wins because he's got much more Supercross experience. And this isn't to downgrade what Super Motocross is doing for the sport. I think it's awesome. More racing. You've got some hybrid tracks. I think it's awesome. With the whole playoffs, it's a little confusing for the average viewer, but everything being on Peacock, I think, is great. It's just up and up from here when it comes to motorcycle racing. World Supercross, all that. The problem is World Supercross is right between motocross, and in order to be eligible for Super Motocross, you have to have enough points, and so therefore you have to race Supercross and motocross. It's a tit for tat kind of a system, which is definitely a bummer for sure. And the last thing I really want to touch on in this quick live show, I appreciate everybody, is here. AC. This was an interview that Pulp MX did, and I'm just going to be completely unfiltered with you guys. During this interview, I felt, I've talked with AC a few times, and super smart kid. I think he's going to have a job in somewhere in the sport, whether it's a team principal or a training guy or a media professional. I think he needs to be in front of the camera just because that's his personality. But in this, I got the sense that a lot of people have been saying that AC is sort of washed up and he's not fast anymore. It just blows my mind what this sport does. Is in the blink of a second, you go from the shit to nothing. Okay, let's just look at Roxon, for instance. Okay, Roxon, really not doing much in motocross towards the end. Yeah, he'd be out front for a little bit, but then he'd get kicked back, and you're just going, oh, he's washed up. He's done. It's not going to happen anymore for him. And then all of a sudden, the World Supercross comes up, and in blink of an eye, he wins it, then signs with Suzuki, and then again, everybody is back on the Roxon horse. And that, I'm the guy I'm guilty as well. I'm saying he's going to win A1, right? But when it comes to AC, dude, he was always a front runner. He was always a guy that could win at any moment, and he had the fitness to do so. Yeah, his hand goes numb, right? His hand goes numb. Does it make it hard to ride the bike in the later part of the motos? Yeah. Supercross, it's 20 minutes versus 35 minutes. I think he could possibly hang on and win some races. And this sort of seemed like potentially maybe he was convincing himself that he wasn't burnt out and that, he was still relevant and still going on. And it just blew my mind. I mean, you guys will have to listen to this interview. Yeah, give Steve Mathis a couple video clicks. You're welcome, Steve-O. You're welcome. It's an underlined joke. But anyway, love these guys, hate them. More so love them. Let's be, what is the damn word? A pacifist? Yeah. Let's be a pacifist when it comes to everybody. But it just, let me just play a little bit of it.
It takes a lot of pride in their work, and it can be difficult, but I just love this, and I think I love it more than I ever have, and that in itself, I guess I'm proud of myself, and the people around me for helping me get to that spot.
It gave me this weird sense of like, dude, why is AC trying to convince the world and potentially himself that he still got it? Dude, this guy's dick is still 27 inches long. I mean, he's still somebody that can snag a win from anybody. And if he gets on the roll of winning, it's just going to compound for the dude. The guy's got a level head. Every time I've talked to him, he's really smart. He understands, how to be prepared mentally for the sport. And it was just a bummer to see him last year show up when he had the shoulder stuff. And it was like, dude, just fucking go get it fixed and come back in and swing it, but for some reason he had too much pressure on, or somebody in the back of his mind. I talked about it in Supercross last year. I mean, I could go back in the videos and see, but it was like, I thought it was a dumb move. Absolutely, it was a dumb move. For his best interest would have been to get surgery, come in midway through the season, and win a couple races. That's what I felt, but instead, he floundered in the whoops because he couldn't fucking hold on because he had a separated AC joint that just happened, I believe, and you're trying to hold on. Yeah, you ride a bike with your knees, but anyway, it's too much pain. Regardless if you get a cortisone shot or whatever BS. You guys are saying I got low audio here. Okay, sorry, but YZ, ETC. I'll have to work on it. Dun, dun, dun. I believe the audio should be working here. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, my audio says that it should be working here. So maybe if I just turn it up on my computer here. Back to what I was saying about AC. Maybe I'll just raise my audio. He shouldn't have raced, got it fixed, come back, won races. Instead, what happened was he tried to ride injured. That just builds low confidence, and then hurt himself more, and then was out indefinitely. Just stupid in my mind, because again, in this sport, you're only as good as your last race. And now we're talking about, is AC done? Is he retired? What's going on? No, I think this guy owes it to himself to really try again, because all he needs is some luck. All AC needs is some effing luck. That's all he needs. Okay, now you guys are saying, dun dun dun, sound is fine on my end. Oh, you guys are talking about the AC vid where it's low audio. Maybe it was because, the audio was picking up on that end. Input audio capture device. Here, there might be a small little echo here so that you guys can hear what he said. Let me turn this back. Okay, I'm going to shut up for just a second.
As somebody that takes a lot of pride in their work, and it can be difficult, but I just love this, and I think I love it more than I ever have, and that in itself, I guess I'm proud of myself, and the people around me for helping me get to that spot.
Yeah.
All right. I'm turning my mic back on, and there's so much freaking going on here with these darn live shows. And then Logan is saying, "Where's Coach Robbie Ben?" He's got his own channel. Complete Racing Solutions. Look it up on YouTube. He's moving with that stuff, and I'm gonna have him on the podcast, the YouTube, whatever this platform is. Next week, we're gonna do some racing shows together. But okay, Mark says great audio now. Awesome. Dun dun dun. Should I read some comments on some of the stuff? I don't know if I should read some comments on... Oh, I don't think I've watched too much of the shit. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to end it. I'm going to read a couple comments, and we're going to see what is going on here, and I'll answer some of them, and I'll answer some of the chat, and then, you know, until next week, I'll probably be doing next week is Christmas, so probably won't be doing anything there. Week after that, do another giveaway, and it's for the channel subscribers and the Patreons. You know, we're giving away majority of it, and then we're going to do some giveaways during Supercross. But these live shows are going to get better when it comes to when we have more shit to talk about. When we have more shit to talk about this. So this video is about the PEDs that I did. And at this point, just let them take it. It helps them heal faster. Who cares? It's dirt bike racing. You know, true. It helps them heal faster. I believe it makes you go faster. I have a lot of friends that are now on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, because, you know, we're in our 30s now, and I'm getting a little jelly because of what they're telling me, you know, as far as they're not getting sore and recovering that much. And drugs are cool. Take the supplements. It's just shooting roids, eating Cheetos, and laying on the couch. They'd be working. No, Brad is absolutely right about that whole deal. Is the problem I have with people saying that, you know, steroids is complete cheating is it just enables you to work harder, but you still have to do the work. Like, if you're a lazy person, you're not going to do the work, plain and simple. So it's not going to make a difference. If it makes me faster, bigger, better, stronger, then heck yeah, I would use steroids. You know, it's just funny how people just have a weird condensation about this stuff. I know you were pretty heavily invested in cryptocurrency. Sorry about your loss. That's a great one. Yeah, bro. I'm effing broke now. Speaking of crypto, I'm actually shorting the market right now, but we're trying to reverse a little bit here on this support of right around 17,500. Trend line still looks good. Crypto is getting up, guys. Crypto is going up. Everything is effing down. You look at everything, S&P 500, housing, we're all down. You know, Jerome Powell raised the interest rates by 0.5. You know, we're getting close to... Anyway, yesterday he raised it by 0.5. We're in a recession. They want to call it not a recession, but the old definition for the last 30 years of a recession was, you know, 2 quarters of declining GDP. We're at like 4. But they decided to change the definition, so it doesn't count as a recession. Pretty much, who is hurting? Who is hurting? We're all hurting when it comes to finances. Gas is expensive. Milk is expensive. Cereal is expensive. Dirt bikes are expensive. Everything is. You know, Netflix is raising shit by 40%. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Inflation is really more at 20 to 30% than their so-called 7% is what they said, you know, a couple days ago. But I won't get into much on finances. But my point is with that comment, when it comes to, I'm sorry for your losses. Yes, I've lost lots of money in crypto, but I've lost lots of money in stocks. And so is the whole effing world right now because we're in a recession. But right now is the best time to start investing and buying, right? Just plain and simple. Gold is doing well. You know, Rob, gold will always do well, but it will never outperform an asset like Bitcoin or, say, like the S&P 500. You know, it's just for something that's not risky, you're not going to get the rewards. Something that is incredibly risky, you're going to get the rewards. So I think I'm just keeping you guys here for the sheer fun of it. You guys are saying Bitcoin is going to 13.8. I think we've hit the bottom. I'm telling you, we've hit the bottom in Bitcoin. 15,000, the S&P 500. Looking, we are under 4,000. Ikes. Okay, here's my real thought. So employment is around what, 3 6.7% as far as unemployment. Unemployment needs to go up to about 5 to 6% in order for the whole recession to be over with. You know, just plain and simple. I know it's weird to think about we need more unemployment for that to happen, but there's just so much government funding and everything out there. We need to get rid of it. Right now, we're at almost close to 4,000. I'd love for us to stick above this. You know, I don't know if you guys even want to know this. Anyway, the bottom of the S&P 500 is either going to be this guy. This is the stock market. It's either going to be 3,500, right? Or the worst case scenario. I don't know why I'm on the 4 hour here. The worst case scenario is going to be right around 3,000. Get rid of this guy. My stream is basically over with, so it's going to be this red line right here. Okay, is right around 3,000. That is going to be the bottom. If we go from 4,000 to 3,000, right, that is about a 25% decline currently in the stock market. That would be the bottom. Okay, and if that absolutely happens, yeah, Bitcoin is going to go down too. And it's going to hit back down to what you were saying about 13.8 is where I've got a fancy line here as well. I hope that doesn't happen because I am effing out of liquid assets to sell, to buy more of this fake bullshit crap, you know, but that's it. So anyway, I still got 92 of you guys sitting here. Dun, dun, dun. Been in Bitcoin since 2012. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Anyway, that's really all I had to say about today and the week of Moto news. I wish everybody have a Merry effing Christmas. This is a time where we got to brop it out. Yes, people like it or they don't like it, but that's what I'm here for, is to piss people off and also give people some, you know, decent news, advice, criticism, you know, you name it, right? We'll drop funny things and then not so funny things, just how it happens. You know, I want to do a video of some of the top books that I've read this year. I think that would be interesting. Won't get any views, but I think that's something that I'm passionate about, because I think, you know, knowledge is power. You won't make as many dumb mistakes if you read more. My goal was 50 books this year, and I'm at 44. I'm kind of bummed. I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, I got too much into the new God of War, playing video games, and I couldn't do it. Man, I've been going off here. Anyway, dun dun dun. Last thing you guys are talking. Oh, you guys, yes, Merry Christmas, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. How do I think Dylan Ferrandis is going to do this year? Well, he's on Star Yamaha, and if he's been watching his buddy Tomac, his teammate, and if he's picking anything up, he could be a podium contender. Do I think Dylan's going to win any races? No, I don't think he's going to. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Brendan, you know, bought the Steve Jobs book last night. That was an amazing book. Absolutely amazing book. Amazing book. You know, books on tape counts. Yeah, they do. I'm more of like 50-50. You know, I usually listen to a book on tape, and then I've got one on my Kindle, and then I've got an actual hard copy. I like to read like 3 books at a time because I'm all over the place. But no, the Steve Jobs book, that dude was an effing asshole, but he was incredibly influential because we all use his products to date when it comes to the iTunes, you know, the music, Pixar, you name it. That dude was involved in it and has helped change the space that we call, you know, technology today. And he wasn't a super intelligent individual. He was just a straight up business dude that was like a Buddhist vegan. You know, very interesting book. Incredibly interesting book. You know, Stark stocks. I don't think Stark is a publicly traded company. But if it is, I probably would be buying some. You know, if you guys want to see a little bit more on investing in some of my portfolios and, you know, what I think is good right now, head over to Johnny Crypto. I'll help you guys out there. Dun, dun, dun. I heard the Phil Knight book. I'll have to check that up. I'll have to get that up. Dun, dun, dun. Where's my Kindle here? Let me see if I can just log in real quick. I'll tell you what my absolute favorite book of the year was. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here. Let me... This guy right here. Don't believe everything you think. Simple read, but this book was amazing. You know, especially if you're you're struggling with anything. This book was amazing. Therapy-wise, just all sorts of things. I think that everybody should read this damn book. Nobody really knows about it, but this book probably helped me the most of them all. You know, and my second favorite book of the year was probably Sapiens. You know, I loved Sapiens. Sapiens, that was a great book as well. But the Steve Jobs book is really good as well. Anyway, this is Johnny Effin Hopper. Thank you for watching MX Unfiltered. Wish you all a Merry effing Christmas. You know, it's about who you're with, not where you're at. It's not about how much stuff you have, but having the capacity to kind of want less. You know, enjoy, be in the present moment. Till next time. Appreciate all you guys.